It is day 6 of growing sourdough starter from scratch. Not going to lie, this is making me a little bit nervous because since day 2, it yet has not doubled in size, and it's kind of making me wonder what's going on. But we're gonna be patient and we're not gonna rush this. I'm gonna do things just a little bit differently today. So let me go grab my food scale. There's bubbles in the starter. It's not like it's just not inactive, it's just not doubling. But also because I mix in here and I get the jar dirty, it's hard for me to tell when it rose and falls down. We're gonna mix it in a separate cup and then pour it into a new jar. That way we're not getting the jar dirty. So when it rises and falls back down in the middle of the night, in the morning, if the walls are dirty, we know that it rose and fell back. So that's gonna be a good way to tell for a fact if it's rising, if you're not catching it at the right time. So to a clean cup, I'm gonna do 25 grams of starter. Okay. And then I'm gonna do 50 grams of just warm filtered water. And you can tell like there's bubbles in the starter, so it's active. I'm just not 100% that it's doubling. So now we're gonna mix it with the water. It is so hot today, so we're gonna go to the neighbor's pool right now because this heat, I'm just ready for fall, I think, now at this point. Okay. Now we're gonna add 50 grams of flour. I've also been keeping my sourdough starter outside because it's so warm outside. Like it's high 90s. And in our house, it's 73, which is pretty cold compared to outside. So I've been keeping it outside. And the second I put it outside, like an hour passes and it becomes so much more active than it does at room temperature, like on my countertops, because my countertops are pretty cold. So if you're struggling with your starters, put it outside for a few hours and see what happens. Okay, and I'm just gonna mix this together. Usually around day 6, I already start feeding twice a day because it's doubling by now. Not really sure why it's taking a little bit longer this time around, but it's not that big of a deal. I just wanna make sure that we're doing everything right. So now I'm gonna put it into a new jar. Now let's mark it to see how much it's going to grow. Let me find, okay. Gonna mark it. Okay, that's where it is. I'm gonna put this outside right now. I'm gonna close it with a lid and place it outside and leave it there for a few hours and see what it does, because by now it should be rising and I'm not sure if it is. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll come back with an update. Let's hope that it rises because I want this. I'm ready to make some sourdough loaves using our new starter. Guys, we did it. We grew our sourdough starter from scratch. Look at that. It has more than doubled in size. That is so exciting. So to the new jar, we're going to add 25 grams. And this is 12 hours after feeding it. So now I'll be feeding it every 12 hours instead of every 24 hours. I'm adding 50 grams of water. Then 50 grams of flour. Okay, now let's just mix everything together. Grab a spatula and push everything down. Close it with a lid loosely. And then mark where it is. And we'll keep track of it. And and then tomorrow morning I will show you guys where it's at. But if it's gonna start doubling, that means it's almost ready. It's so exciting, you guys. I can't believe it.